Welcome to Comparative Literature at Jenison International Academy. This English elective is an excellent option for improving your reading and writing skills while expressing yourself through several mediums over the course of the semester. This presentation will walk you through the expectations for the course as well as the information we will be covering. Please be sure to let your instructor know if you have any questions. Comparative literature allows you the opportunity to explore a genre or strand of literature that you may not have been able to study in your normal English class. Strands are always expanding, which allows you the flexibility to take the course multiple times. The major assessments allow for flexibility in project-based learning. You get to pick your way. There are several regular weekly components in the course. Discussion boards will cover short articles concerning critical theory and reading strategies. You should complete your original post by the Wednesday of every week and your 2 discussion peer responses that move that conversation forward by the Sunday deadline. A great way to do this is to ask questions that your peers can respond to when they read your post. I agree or I disagree, it's a great start, but it's not enough to warrant full points. Generally, there are no right or wrong answers here, but a full post is required. Reading logs are submitted weekly and have you track the number of pages and the amount of time you have read. You are expected to read approximately 4 hours and 150 pages per week. If you finish your novel early, you are still required to read each week, and you should select independent reading, recording the time and pages within your log. Please note, reading logs are only accepted during the week in which they are assigned. The assignment submission link will open on Thursday and close the following week on Monday at noon, meaning they will only show up in your class during a specific window of time before disappearing again. This is the only time that they are accepted, and no late submissions are accepted once the window has closed. Weekly journal entries of approximately 3 paragraphs each will house your thoughts regarding the novel you are currently reading. Prompts will vary based on the week. However, this is the spot to reflect on your reading. Analyze the content of your book and store specific information that may come in handy for the projects down the road. You should dig deeper than a summary here. Be sure to include the title and author of the piece you are reading each week, especially if you're completing independent reading, but always be sure to make a personal connection to the book. You really get to choose your path in this course. You pick the strand, you pick the order you read the books, and you pick which medium corresponds with each book project. The possibilities are endless. You will complete 4 books, you will complete 4 projects, 1 per book, as you read during the semester. However, you will have the option of which project corresponds with each book. We will look at your choices and the project requirements. The first project option is creative writing. For some, mostly readers, they enjoy good writing. Consider one of the following options for this medium. Create an alternative ending in which you change the setting. Aim for 2 pages double-spaced and try to maintain the original author's style. It should be able to take place of the original ending with ease. Or you can create 10 diary entries, 2 paragraphs each for your favorite character. Assume their identity and write how you would feel if they were to express themselves. You could write a book review for the book that would appear in a literary journal or magazine. Express yourself. Did you enjoy the book? Did you feel it was poorly written? What did the author do well and what should they have done differently? Express your thoughts on the novel in a letter to the author. This is more direct than a review because it isn't intended for public domain. It's directly to the person who wrote the book. Finally, you could create a reading guide for the novel for readers to purchase alongside the actual book. Include analysis, questions, and commentary to help the reader along. The next option is creative multimedia. Some people like a show, so give it to them. The creative medium requires you to think outside the box a little bit. Select one of the following options below. You could present a dramatic reading of one of the characters' monologues, a longer piece of dialogue, or internal thought. Record it using Vocaroo or Audacity and create a video of you as the character and assume the persona of that person. Create an interview or on a talk show with a character and a host. Aim for 3 to 4 minutes here. You may want to pull in friends or family to take on the role of host or character. Ask and answer between 4 and 6 questions. Record the interview using Vocaroo or via video. Remember when you were little and did puppet shows? Create some lunch bag puppets and act out a scene from your novel. Record it yourself using your webcam or video editing software. If you have other ideas that you'd like to attempt, contact your instructor. Additional options are always being considered. For your creative multimedia project, it should be between 3 to 4 minutes in length and include a one-page write-up explaining the decisions you made during the creative process. Double-spaced, standard 12-point font. The next project option is the visual option. Some people see things visually, and something that catches their eye is generally a quick sell. Create a piece of art that represents the novel. It can be a painting, comic strip, promotional poster, collage, character or setting sketch, a special edition cover for the novel, a 3D model, or anything else that's visually stimulating. Your project must be created by your own hand and include a one-page write-up explaining the decisions you've made during the creative process. Again, double-spaced, standard 12-point font. The final project option is research-based writing. You must pick a research topic that relates to the novel you are reading for this project. Research an item and include at least 5 secondary sources and the primary source being your novel. Make connections to the novel while producing a well-written research paper. Your piece must be between 5 to 7 pages in length, double-spaced, standard 12-point font, and utilize proper MLA formatting, including in-text citations and a works cited page. All of these options are open to additional options as well. Be sure to research options, and if you have an idea, be sure to ask your instructor, as generally it will fit. The final exam project for the course requires you to compare all 4 of your reading selections. The objective of the class is to successfully compare and contrast the aspects and elements of the literature strand that you have selected in a final project or presentation. This serves as your final exam for the semester. Your options for your final project include the following options: a persuasive and analytically based paper of 8 to 10 pages, or a 10 to 20 slide, 10 to 15 minute persuasive and analytically based presentation. Either requires a specific and debatable thesis statement and focus. You have to include all 4 of the novels you read this semester with specific evidence from the pieces properly cited. It needs to be engaging and thought-provoking, and it has to have evidence of preparation and preparedness. Additional information is available on the instruction sheet within the final project folder. This week, you need to complete 3 things in order to prepare yourself for the semester. You need to complete your reading strengths and weakness survey. This will give you some understanding of the strategies and elements that you may consciously or unconsciously go through when you read. After taking that survey, complete your reading strategies journal, reflecting on what you learned regarding your reading strengths and weaknesses. Next, you'll complete your semester plan. This can be found in the Introduction to Comparative Literature folder within the left-hand navigation of Blackboard. You will need to select 4 books from one strand. 4 books from one strand. If there are only 4 books, you are all set. If there are more than 4 books, you need to pick 4 out of the options listed. You're going to add these to your semester plan. Be sure to research the book's topic and content with your learning coach. Remember that this course does have some material not covered in regular English classes, so you'll want to be sure that you are comfortable with the content and diction within the books you read. As you're reading, consider the elements in there and the stylistic choices. Some language may seem inappropriate, and you can cover that in your journal entries and in your coverage of the book. Exposure to these elements may seem natural and may seem like a fit, so be sure to address those in your journal entries if that does come up. Next, You're going to select the order in which you'd like to read the books. Then, choose which projects you would like to complete with each book. Be sure to take into account your personal schedule with extracurricular activities. For example, maybe you take part in the spring musical or sport, and you need to complete a smaller or easier novel during that time, saving the bigger novel for times that are out of season. Perhaps you know that you'll be stressed out at the end of the semester, so you want to make sure that you get the bigger research-based assignment out of the way first, so it won't be hanging over your head at the end of the semester. Consult with your learning coach to come up with a plan that works best for you. Finally, your comparative literature semester plan is not complete without yours or your learning coach's signatures. This gives approval for your plan and all the material that you'll read. Either print out the form, sign, and take a picture to submit, or sign electronically and save as a PDF. Francis Bacon once wrote, "Some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some few are to be chewed and digested." There will be some books that you read this semester that you like more than others. However, each one will leave an impact on you and hopefully change your frame of reference in some fashion. The key to doing well in this course is to dig below the surface and connect with the text on a personal level. Hanging at the surface gets us nowhere. Yet when we dig below the surface, make connections, analyze the text, we're in uncharted territories and magic is possible. If you have any questions or concerns about this semester, please be sure to reach out to your instructor as soon as possible. As always, happy reading and good luck this semester.